Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to my channel, Maniacal S10. Good morning everyone. A beautiful Memorial Day weekend. Absolutely picturesque, perfectly gorgeous. Other than a few raindrops. Anyway, first and foremost, glad everyone doing good, staying safe, hopefully. And a big thanks for the people on the front line that's helping us go through this. And another thanks to the military. Thank you so very much for your service. Appreciate it. God bless you all. Now back to my channel and what we're going to do today. Now we're going to do the thermostat change on my 010 Aveo. Now the numbers jump around a lot on price and years for this. So far what I've found on the internet, from 09 to 016. That's just the way it goes. I cannot pinpoint it. I don't guess it wants to be pinpointed. But here we go. The old thermostat still worked. I just wanted to PM the car and change this to a new one. It's a junkyard item from 2 years ago. And this just gives me more peace of mind. LKQ junkyard item, reasonably priced. It worked. And I'm changing it now. And they both match. Here's the eBay item. All matches. And here's the package it came in. And off the top of my head, the price ranges on this from, don't quote me on this too much, 16 to 60 bucks. So I got it really reasonable. I went to the cheaper one, but they're all the same. But the higher priced ones is like going for Dorman. This is not a Dorman. I'm not sure even if that's a Dorman. That's probably the OEM one. This was not Dorman. This is just an eBay item. Now, on to the car. Excuse the background noise out in the garage and traffic. So here we go. My 010 Chevy Aveo Ecotec. Now, this is the other half of the thermostat housing. This plastic piece is fragile. Emphasize fragile. It is plastic. Luckily for brass inserts for the thermostat housing, or the thermostat to bolt on. Now these 4 bolts to these 4 bolts all torque on at 70 inch-pounds. Now the sequence for this is to bolt the main part of the housing to the head, 70 inch-pounds of course. Upper left, lower right, lower left, upper right, and that sequence. I did it at 35 once, 35 twice. And the same I will do for the thermostat housing itself. And I will go upper left, lower right, lower left, upper right. And carefully. So give me a second or two and we'll get this on there. Oh, by the way, I will bring this attention back to you. Okay, here's my inch-pound torque wrench, 1/4 inch, and the bolts are a 5/16, and I have the 3/8 to a 1/4 inch adapter. This is a snap-on item, and a flea market special. See if I can get this to focus somewhat for you. And the glare, it's snap-on, works great. Now you're supposed to be able to need to use a inverted socket because the bolts, let's take a walk back up to the car. We'll get started on the thermostat here in a little bit. So thanks for your patience. Now, this works for me. Here's what the head of the bolt looked like. I get this to focus. I'm trying. And here's how this fits. The socket is supposed to actually fit onto the bolt better than what I use. I don't have one, but this works just as good. And it don't slip. So I actually have a socket that fits it. Oh, there we go. And of course my socket is a 6-point. So that works. Okay, give me just a second and I'll get started with this thermostat. Be right back. Okay, excuse me. Now, the sockets, one of them I used, I get it to focus here, 5/16 deep well, 6-point, or metric 8 at a 6-point. Now, as you can see, the thermostat housing itself is on at only half torque, 70 inch-pounds. And here's what I've done. Why'd I get this to focus this small on this? As you can barely see of this. Focus. Well, it's set at 35 inch-pounds. It don't want to focus too good. Sorry about that, but I'm trying. There. Right at 30. The mark between 4 and 6 is the 5. There's the 40. Not there yet. Not going to be. But that right there is set at 35 inch-pounds. Now, for the 70, which you can barely make out right there, and to the 80, I'll be in between here in a few seconds. So give me a second and I will show you. Okay. She'll focus again. What you want to do when you unlock this at this ring is right up to 70, zero it out, and then go up to 5 and be $70 foot-pounds. Zero it out at 70 and lock her down. I said actually come out with 75 inch-pounds. When you zero out at 70, lock it down. Don't go to the 5. I apologize for that. Back up just a little bit to 70 and lock it down. So give me a second, I will do that. Okay, she'll focus. She's locked down at 70 inch-pounds. Combination set 35 inch-pounds. I'm going to show you a little bit of this without being able to do it one-handed. It would be the first one, the second one, to the third one down there, to the fourth, and the last one. So give me a second, I'll finish this up and get right back to you. Okay, I'm back and it's finished being torqued on. Now, another important factor here. On your mechanical breakaway or click torque wrenches, luckily the ones I bought at the flea markets were zeroed out and they all are good. When you're done with these torque wrenches, zero them out. It keeps the tension off the spring and keeps the calibration accurate. Okay? So if you see one you're going to buy used that's still at 60, 80, 100 some foot-pounds or inch-pounds, I personally wouldn't buy it. Because how long it's been set at that tension, who knows? And the spring has lost some of its capability, I wouldn't buy it. But luckily I found these that were zeroed out at a good price. And at the flea markets, I primarily deal with is Treasure Isle Monroe and White's Farm and Flea in Brookville, Indiana. So there you have it. So I want to finish putting this back together and get back to you. So bear with me, give me a second or so, or a minute or two. Okay, I'm back and thermostat hose is back on. Now for the drain cock on the radiator, 13 millimeter. That's the tools you'll need to do this job with. And I stress in the highest, be careful in torquing this down. 70 inch-pounds housing and thermostat housing in a sequence. That plastic is extremely fragile. And disconnect the battery, because you got to take the electrical for the cam sensor, unplug that, and to the temp sensor there for the fan off the thermostat housing. Just unhook the battery and do what you need to do. So give me a few seconds. I'm going to get the antifreeze back in this and get her started and check for any leaks. Hopefully none. Okay, something else I want to bring to your attention on this, and a lot of newer vehicles have this type of hose clamps, which I don't personally like. They're a pain, so I do away with them for the most part. These spring tension clamps, especially in a hard to reach place. When I first got this problem with the oil cooler, the heater core back in the back, and if I get this to, as you can see, the one screwed type of stainless hose clamp, which I changed over to, I like better. But these spring tension clamps, like so, takes a special tool for that. I didn't have it at the time. And here it is. This is what it takes to get them clamps off, especially in a tight spot. Picked this up at a swap meet, Edgewater. New. At the stores, they're $35+. I picked this up for $2 at the swap meet at Edgewater 2 years ago. I jumped on that real quick, $2. Beats 35. Works for me. So now I have this to use, but I don't put them clamps back on unless they're in a hard spot. So the clamps in the back were like the spring clamps here. Very, very carefully and tedious and gingerly, I took my Dremel and cut them clamps with no damage to the heater core and changed it over. So extremely careful, SAE or ASE, and do this. Be very careful. So I'm going to get the antifreeze in it, start her up, and check for the leaks. So be right back. Okay, y'all, I'm back. She's together and running, purring like a kitten, 136,000+ miles. Absolutely phenomenal. So we're just in the process now of warming up and checking for leaks and see what we got. Hope y'all is good, which it should be. Now, I'm going to try this to show you. So bear with me. If you can see it. It'll focus for me. That's the mileage on her. 136,756 miles on an 010 Chevy Aveo 1.6 Ecotec 4-cylinder, or I think it's 92 cubic inches. Yeah, a lot of cubes. Yeah, LOL on this. Anyway, no one's heard of mileage on a car like this kind of mileage on it. So she's doing good. She takes care of me, I take care of her. So that's that. That is the original mileage. It had 16 miles on it when I bought her. New. Still with the OEM shoes and with the clutch. I changed the front pads last year. Okay, so as soon as we warm up and get things going, as you can see, it's going to be a little bit for a warm up. So I will get back to you here shortly. So now in the meantime, I want to bring to your attention my sawhorses I made. I replaced them with these that I made. The framework itself is bed frames, literally bed frames. And here's some more out of the bed frames. That's what the framework's made out of. MiG 170 Chicago welder, And to set the angle that I wanted my legs to be at, angle gauge, of course, on the flea market, and that's how you set that. All the framework is bed frame. Now for the 3-inch tubing, it's a makeshift table out in my garage. The tubing is this right here. I had 2 pieces. Right at say 5 foot each. Welds up really nice. Clean all surfaces down to bare metal or virgin metal and weld it up. I set it at 30 inch per minute, and my tip on minimum 2, and welded her up, and it works like a dream. This is not made for no heavy duty use. This is just a little makeshift table for working on things. And for one thing I have worked on, which I don't see right now, oh there it is a leaf blower. It was given to me, couldn't get it running. I got her going and I used that table. Yep. So that's all for right now. As soon as we get warmed up here and check on the antifreeze level, I'll get back to you. Okay, I'm back and she's still warming up, but she's coming right along. Okay, on these thermostats, you cannot buy the thermostat by itself and put it in the housing. It's made together. I have looked, I've tried, and I have searched. Not to be. It's made in one piece. And these thermostat and housings, one piece, depending on the brand you buy, cheapest I found was 80 bucks. So eBay is the way to go, and bought it, see how good it works, and it beats the store-bought ones. Not in quality wise, that is. Now, name brand, supposed to be better, a lot of times it is, but I will go the better financial route when possible. Now sometimes the cheaper ones don't work and I have to change it, swap it out. I did that with the O2 sensor. I had a nightmare with that system. Yeah, it's a long story, be another time that I will sit down and get something cold to drink, something to munch on, because it's going to be a while when I get into the O2 story from my Pontiac to my Aveo. It was a nightmare. I caused myself problems, and it all started with spark plugs, but it's a long story as I said, so I learned from the spark plugs, PCMs, the vehicles, the computers, spark plugs, and O2s, and sensitivity of the product to the computer. That would be another long story, literally long. So give me a few minutes and I'll get back to you with the Aveo. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, she's warmed up and I'm burping the block right now, getting the air out of the system. That's going to take a while. So on that note, I will get back to you here in a few minutes and show you what she's done. Okay, everyone, all systems are go. Later today, I'm going to take her out for a spin and finish doing the burping. She's got a lot of air out of her system now, but I'll do a road check and see how she does. But overall, right now, she's good to go. So, if any problems, I'll get back to you, but I'm not expecting any. It only likes about, oh heck, that much antifreeze going back into the system. So, she's doing good. I don't see no leaks. So, that's all for now. Like and subscribe, hit that smash that like button, subscribe, and click onto that notifying bell. Okay, so have a great one. Thanks for tuning in and checking out, see what's going on here at the Maniacal S10 Garage and Shop. Y'all have a safe one, stay safe, and keep turning those wrenches. Have a great one. Have a safe Memorial Day. Thanks a lot. Bye.